stand before you today. You make my heart whole again, and I thank you. I thank you. And I thank all of you who have stood with me, the comments that you have made. Total strangers. I never knew Stephanie and Katie until just now. And the support from so many, the cross-section of people. It's phenomenal. It's incredible. But this is Alaska, where we come together. We come together. And we embrace one another for who we are. Not because we may share the same political label, but because of who we are and what we contribute to our community, to our state. This is what makes Alaska great, not our party labels. Now, there is one person who's not standing on this stage here tonight that I so wish he were. I so wish Ted Stevens was here tonight. His whole life to Alaska. And he never gave up on us. He fought for us every day, and he set the standard for public service. And for 8 years now, as I have served you in the United States Senate, that is the standard that I have set to achieve. In many things, but none so much as was told to me by Ted when he said, "Lisa, you're the best partner I could ever have in the United States Senate." And before his tragic accident that took him from an Alaska that he loved so much, he wrote a statement that said, "She's a fighter who stands up for what is right. I trust her commitment to do what's best for Alaska." And so today, my friends, my campaign for Alaska's future begins. Today that I will be a write-in candidate in November for the United States Senate seat that I now hold. We're in this together. Thank you. I thank you for this support and this confidence. I will tell you that when those votes came in on the 24th of August, when they were counted, there was nobody that was more disappointed than I was. But since then, things have happened. Events have transpired. And there has been an outpouring of support from Alaskans all over the state, from all spectrums, from all political persuasions. When I sat down at a restaurant and the waiter says, "Lisa, run and I will quit my job, and I will come to work for you. I think he actually said he would go part-time. But this is the outpouring. This is the outpouring of support that I have received from individuals stopping me in the airports, to the diners, to what we have received on the emails. It has been almost overwhelming, and I am so humbled by it.
Thank you.
Now, I know that many of you know that this has been a difficult process. This decision has been a difficult one, because more often than not, when you're dealing with tough decisions, we learn that the right thing to do is very often the hardest thing to do. It is the hardest thing to do. The easier route for me personally and for Vern would be to accept the results of this primary and put my family first. And I gave that very, very serious consideration. In fact, as of last night, I was still wrestling with this, still uncertain as to whether or not I could continue this race. But I looked into my heart and I said, where is my heart? And my heart is Alaska. And I cannot leave you. I cannot stop what we have started, what Ted and so many others have built, and that we have been advancing. And so I listened, and I listened to Alaskans who said, Lisa, please give us that choice, because they told me we cannot accept the extremist views of Joe Miller, and we cannot. Those views, and equally, we can't accept the inexperience of Mr. McAdams. And they told me, Lisa, we don't have a choice. Come November 2nd, we don't have a choice, and we feel disenfranchised as an Alaskan voter. So I am here to tell you, you are disenfranchised no more. So come November 2nd, you now have a choice. If you stand by me, I'm going to stand by you. I'm going to stand by Alaska. So join me in this. Join me in this. Thank you. We got to hold back a second here. We can't fool ourselves with all this wonderful enthusiasm and the noise and the buoyancy here. We can't fool ourselves that this is going to be an easy task. This is going to be tough. They're going to come at us. They're going to be in our face. But you know what?
Let's give a bloody lip right now.
What do we do in Alaska? Have we as Alaskans ever shied away from things that are tough? No! Have we in Alaska ever shirked from our responsibility? No! What are we going to do? We're going to give Alaskans an option. We're going to give them an option. Now we know that the mechanisms of a write-in, they tell us this is impossible. You cannot do it. Alaskans can't figure out how to fill in an oval and spell M-U-R-K-O-W-S-K-I. There's an awful lot of naysayers out there, but I was reminded by a friend of mine from St. Paul Island, and he says there is no word for impossible in the Aleut language. So for the next 45 days, we are going to think like Aleuts. There is nothing that is impossible. Now, you all know that I went back to Washington a couple days ago. The land of negative nabobism. These outside interest groups, like the Tea Party Express, the pundits, there's a lot of naysayers, all the political guys, some of my effort. Well, perhaps it's one time that they met one Republican woman who won't quit on Alaska. I want to remind everyone, too, when this whole discussion about, well, you had a process out there. It's our Constitution that allows for, guarantees the right to vote for the person of your choice. I want to give you that choice. I want to give you that option. Now, my opponents are going to no doubt point out to you